Hey YouTube, in this video I'm going to be showing my cube collection as of 2018. So we're going to get right into the cube collection, starting off with all my 3x3s. So usually I go in the order I got the cubes in, but this time I'm going to be sorting by company, so you can sort of get a better idea of what cubes I have and what cubes I don't. But we're going to start off with some Rubik's slash off-brand stuff. Here we have a Rubik's 3x3. This is my first ever cube. I got this probably about 10 years ago. It's not that good, but I did lube it with Rubik's and silicone spray back in the day, so it's pretty good for a Rubik's brand. This is an off-brand cube that my cousins had and they gave to me. We don't know what brand it is, but the red and orange look extremely similar. And this is a painted Rubik's 3x3 given to me by Throst at US Nationals 2017. And before we move on to speed cubes, we have some other weird stuff here too that doesn't really fall into a category. So this is a Maru Nano Cube, which is one of the smallest 3x3s on the market. These cubes are a throwback. I'm not sure what brand they are, but they were sent to me a couple years ago. I opened two of them, they turned pretty badly. The other one I have not yet opened. So if you're interested in this and you're going to a competition that I'm going to, like, I would give it away. I don't really have any attachment to it. And this is a Rubik's Light, which is not only a huge functional 3x3, but also a light. Pretty cool. Shout out Kite Army for getting me this. Alright, moving on to Dion cubes. This is a Dion Guhong V1, my first ever speed cube. This is a Dion Lunhoi that I got recently, pretty much just for the collection. And this is a Dion Zamshi. This is my second ever speed cube, and my first ever stickered speed cube, because at the time, stickerless cubes were not competition legal, so I had to use this one when competing. Now here's a brand a lot of you might not have heard of, Fangshi. These are two Fangshi Shuangran Illusions. These were the cube back in the day. This was my main for quite a while back in 2013. This was pretty much the first cube that was better than the Zamshi. They're still pretty decent, but I wouldn't use them as a main or anything. Alright, moving on. You know what it is. We got Moyu in the house. This is a Moyu Weilong V1. Really good cube, and pretty much Moyu's breakout success. This is a Moyu Aolong V1. Still one of my favorite cubes in my collection. These are discontinued now, but I just love the feeling. It's so smooth. This is an absolutely terrible Moyu Aolong V2 old batch. It hurts my fingers when I turn it for a long time, so I'm gonna stop. This is a Moyu Hualong, which is really loud and clacky. This is a Moyu Tanglong, which was my feet main for a short period of time. It's really slow and not that good. And it's one of Moyu's first cubes with GT in the name. This is a Moyu Aolong GT. Not really that great, but pretty fun to play with sometimes. Moving on to GTSs, we got Moyu Weilong GTS1, a GTS2M, the mass-produced version, and a GTS3M with ridges. Rest in peace to my Cube Depot Rocket Moyu Weilong GTS2M, which I lost at Brooklyn 2018. Still one of my favorite cubes of all time, but I haven't gotten it back. Alright, we got some Yushin stuff. This is a non-magnetic Yushin Huanglong. This is a theoretically magnetic Yushin Huanglong M, although some of my magnets have fallen out. This is a polymer-coated Yushin Little Magic given to me by Steen at US Nationals 2018. Check out his Instagram. Alright, here we've got some Moyu sub-brands. This is just your standard YJ Yulong. This is a YJ Guamlong, one of the cheapest cubes at the time of its release, and you can definitely feel it. This is a Tong's Design Meiying, a pretty irrelevant cube now, but really good back in the day. These are two Guoguan Yuexiaos, both pretty good cubes. Nothing too special nowadays, though. And finally, a Yan 3, given to me by #Cuber. Shout out to #Cuber. Chi and Chi sub-brands. We have an X-Man Tornado, which was my main for a really long time. And a 68mm Chi Big Sail, which I used as my feet main for quite a while. And what would a cube collection be without GAN? This is a GAN 357, the first ever GAN cube I got, and I believe their third cube. It's super loose now. A GAN 356 SV2. This is a GAN 356 Air. This, of course, is my prized GAN 473, which is a GAN 356 Air UM prototype sent to me by the one and only Felix Zemdegs. I won this in a contest. You can check out a couple videos I'll link in the description if you're curious about how I won. And finally, my current main 3x3 is the GAN 354M, an absolutely great cube. It fits my turning style really well, and I really like using it. And for the last of my 3x3s, these don't really fit in a category, so I just grouped them together. This is Mr. M. He is my feet main currently. This is a Cyclone Boys Fei Wu that I bought from Allison, or the Programming Cuber, and I changed the color scheme on it just to annoy you guys. And this is an X-Timer XV6 Anti-Pop 3x3 speed cube, voted the best speed cube by the Guatemala Times. This was given to me by Adam Vetzer as a gift, so huge shout out to the Rubik's Cubed. So these are all my 3x3s. So now we're going to be moving on to N/Ns, starting with the clear coolest one, 1x1s. So this is a mini E3 Cube Store 1x1. I have two other 1x1s that are currently acting as monitor stands as well. Alright, moving on to 2x2s. First we have this broken mini East Sheen 2x2. This is my first ever 2x2 and my only V-Cube, a V-Cube 2. These are my two Moyu 2x2s. This is a Moyu Lingpo and a Moyu Tangpo. This is an old plastic Dion 2x2, one of the rarest cubes in my collection because this is no longer being produced. And this is my current main, the Cuber's Home MHSS Chu Wen M Pretty good cube. I really enjoy it. All right, moving on. 4x4s. This is your classic Shangshao 4x4 V4, one of the best 4x4s at the time, but not that good anymore. This is a Moyu Aosu, a revolutionary cube when it came out, but again, not that good nowadays. This is an alright Chi Storm 4x4, nothing too special about it. This is a Chi Wuchui not magnetic. And this is my only magnetic 4x4, a Cube Depot Rocket Yushin Blue M. Really great cube, I really love solving on this. One layer up, we've got some 5x5s. This is a Shangshao 5x5, the original version. Really terrible cube nowadays, but this was great back when I got it. This is a Shangshao Winds 5x5. Pretty fast, but not that great of a cube. This is a really forgotten cube. This is a Moyu Huachuang. Maybe it was forgotten for a reason. This is the original Yushin 5x5. I really liked this at the time, but I don't really know how, because we've got such better cubes nowadays. And this is a Moyu Bochuang, which feels very similar to the Yushin. And finally, my current main, my only magnetic 5x5, is the Cube Depot Rocket Chi Wuchuang M. Really great cube, I love the way it turns. It has been dying on me a little bit recently, but still one of my all-time favorites. Now we've got some 6x6s. As always, starting out with a Shangshao. This is a Moyu Aoshi. I totally forgot this existed until I started making this video. This is a Yushin Red 6x6. Pretty good cube sometimes, pretty terrible cube other times. Not really sure where I stand on this one. This is a Chi Wuhua. It's alright, but I stand by the fact that we still don't really have any great 6x6s on the market. But the best 6x6 on the market has to be the X-Man Shadow at this point. I really like this cube. It's not perfect, but it's still pretty good for me. Next, we've got some 7x7s. Again, starting with a Shangshao Mini 7x7. This is a Moyu Cubic Aofu. This was a revolution at the time, but times have changed. This is a non-magnetic Chi Wuji 7x7. And finally, a Haze 7M. This is by far the best 7x7 I own, although I have heard good things about the Spark, but for now, this is definitely a main. And last but not least, for N/Ns, can't forget the Shangshao 8x8. This is an absolute beast, pretty fun to solve every once in a while, and yeah, really cool to have in the collection. So these are the rest of my N/Ns. Alright, so now we're going to be moving on to the rest of my WCA puzzles, starting with Pyraminxes. First we have the Shangshao Pyraminx. This is the first Pyraminx I ever had. It's not that great, but it's still a classic. Next is the Moyu Pyraminx. This was probably one of the first actually good Pyraminxes to be released. Again, not that good today, but at the time this was a pretty big deal. Next, this is a really terrible QJ Pyraminx that my friends got for me as a joke birthday gift. Moving on, we have a Dion Pyraminx with the ball bearings taken out of it. This is an original Chi Pyraminx, again with ball bearings taken out. This was my main for a really long time, but I have since moved on. This is a Cyclone Boys Pyraminx that I haven't done anything to. It's not the worst Pyraminx I've tried, but it's still pretty bad. Now these three are all Moyu Magnetic Pyraminxes. This is an original, this is a Cubicle Premium, and this is a Cube Depot Rocket. They're all decent, but I personally prefer the X-Man Bell. So this is an original, and this is a Cube Depot Rocket prototype. The Rocket one is my main. Alright, now we've got some Megaminxes. This is my first Megaminx and an original Shangshao. This is a Dion Megaminx with ridges. Pretty bad because the core is stripped. This is a YJ Yuhu. Unlike a lot of people, I really like this Megaminx, and even though we have better ones on the market nowadays, I still think it's pretty good. This is a Yushin Megaminx that I believe is stripped, so it's not really usable. This is a Shangshao Aurora Megaminx. Not much to say about that, except I can't really pronounce the name. And this is an X-Man Galaxy V1 and an X-Man Galaxy V2M. The V2M is my current main. Next, we've got some Scubes. This is a Landland Scube with the ball bearings removed. This is a Shangshao Scube with an X-Man logo, also with ball bearings removed. This is an original Moyu Scube, again with ball bearings removed. Not sure why I liked removing them so much. This is an original Chi Scube with the ball bearings still in it. And finally, my current main is this X-Man Wingy. Next, we've got some Square Ones. This is a Calvin Square One. Really bad cube nowadays, but it was my main for quite a while. These are two Chi Square Ones. This is an original with the core stripped, and this is a Cubicle Premium Chi that is currently my main. And finally, we have this Paper Square One. It's 100% made out of paper, and it's fully functional. This is sent to me by Papercuber, so go check him out, and check out my video on the puzzle linked in the description. And the last of the WCA events, we've got some clocks. So this is an original Lingao that's absolutely atrocious to turn. And this is a magnetic clock sent to me by Josh or Jehoa. Huge shout out to him for making this for me. This is my current main by a long shot. So these are the rest of my WCA puzzles. Alright, so now I'm going to be moving on to non-WCA puzzles, starting with shape mods and sticker mods. So first we'll go over some sticker mods. This is the iCube given to me by my friends as a joke birthday gift. Pretty terrible cube, but it kind of became a joke in my friend group. This is a Tetris cube given to me by the Rubik's Cubes. Really cool sticker mod he made. Definitely go check him out. This might ring some bells for some of you guys. This is a sticker mod given to me by my orthodontists. This is your pretty standard transparent number cube. This is a die cube given to me by Daniel Wagoner at US Nationals 2017. Shout out to him, this is a really cool puzzle. This is a Super Mario Maker cube. This came free with some copies of Super Mario Maker. So these are 2 Mario sticker mods from Party City. So one of these was given to me at US Nationals this year, and the other one was given to me by my friend who works at Party City. I also have a Halloween sticker mod given to me by my friend Alcus. Unfortunately, I'm home for winter break right now, and I realized too late that I left it at college. So here's a picture of what it looks like. Big shout out to Alcus for giving that to me. This is a cube that's actually also a birthday card given to me by my cousin for my birthday a couple years ago. And kind of bridging the gap between shape mods and sticker mods, this is a YJ inequilateral cube. So when you turn some sides, it doesn't shapeshift, and when you turn other sides, it does. So both the colors and the shapes matter, which is pretty cool. Alright, moving on to shape mods, we've got some mirrors. So this is a 2x2 mirror cube. And these are all 3x3 mirror cubes, or bump cubes. This is a Yushin, and these are 2 Shangshao ones. Fishers and windmills, this is a YJ Fisher cube, and this is a YJ new windmill cube, which I actually modded. It's really just a piece swap, so you have to turn it this way. This is a YJ Crazy Fisher cube with some stickers missing, and this one's a YJ Crazy Windmill cube. These are 2 axis cubes. This one's from YJ, and this one, my favorite one, is from Diansheng. This one turns really smoothly. This is the Diansheng blade, which can really hurt if you stab yourself with it. This is another 3x3 shape mod. This is a Shangshao Master Morphings. Now, this is definitely one of the hardest 3x3 shape mods of all time. This is a 3x3 ghost cube. Really crazy, really difficult to solve, but I have solved it before, it's just not solved right now. This is a 3x3 curvy cube sent to me by Beatles Cuber. You can check out one of my most recent videos to see more on this. My only Megaminx shape mod is this Megaminx ball from Calvin's Puzzle. Pretty cool, and it rolls pretty well. This is a really fun puzzle to solve. This is a 4x4 windmill from Moyu. Next up, we've got this 5x5 barrel sent to me by the one and only Nathan Wilson. These are some 2x2 shape mods. This is a Lamland 2x2 dodecahedron. And this is a 2x2 slim that I actually modded myself from 4 mini Eastsheen 2x2s. And finally, we've got some more interesting shape mods. So this is a cat shape mod given to me by Jared Farron at US Nationals 2018. Really cool puzzle. I like keeping this on my desk with me. This is a Spider-Man 2x2 that actually comes apart like that, and now this is the puzzle. This was given to me by my cousin as kind of a joke gift after I won US Nationals, so big shout out to her. And finally, this is a Panda 2x2. Really cute and really fun to keep on my desk. So these are my shape mods and sticker mods. So now I'm going to be moving on to the rest of my non-WCA puzzles. So I'm going to start out with some that aren't really in a category and arguably aren't even twisty puzzles. So first we have this Very Puzzle Snowflake, which turns like this and also like this. Next we have this E3 Cube Store Magic. This is a cube given to me by my cousin that doesn't actually turn like a cube, but instead kind of comes apart like this, and your goal is to get it back into a cube shape with this pattern on it. This is a YJ ball, so it has 12 colors, and your goal is to match the ball with the ring around it. Fun fact, I actually got this before I knew how to solve a Rubik's Cube. Now we'll take a look at some cuboids, starting off with this paper 1x1x2 that I made myself. Moving up a couple layers, we have a floppy cube, a 1x3x3, which is absolutely terrible because it always pops. That's what you get for $1.59. Moving on, this is a 3x3x4. This is a Calvin's Puzzle 3x3x5. This is my favorite cuboid just because I love the shape shifting, I love all the steps involved in solving it, and I just think it's really fun. And the last cuboid is this Whit Eden 3x3x9, which is just really satisfying to turn. Next up is this, which kind of looks like a cuboid, but it's actually just 2 Siamese mirror blocks. This was actually really difficult for me to solve the first time, but now it's not too bad now that I know the general strategy. You can get some pretty crazy shapes with it too. Next we've got a square 0 and a square 3 plus. So this square 0 I modded myself out of a Calvin square 1. And this square 3 plus is a square 2 on one side and a square 1 on the other. This was sent to me by Cubes Made Easy, who actually designed this puzzle and got it mass produced. This one doesn't really fit in anywhere, but this is a broken Dion Bagua. So this popped pretty soon after I got it. I've been meaning to put it back together, but I haven't done it yet, so you'll just have to bear with me. This is a Rubik's Void Cube. This is a Shangshao Kibiminx and a Shangshao Gigaminx. And sticking with some other minxes, this is a Shangshao Master Pyraminx. Now, last but not least, these puzzles don't really fit in with anything else in my collection, so I'll just go over them as a group. This is a 2x2 Evil Twin sent to me by Cubes Made Easy. Shout out to him, and make sure to check out my video on this. This is a Dion Tangram Cube, which is a really underrated puzzle and a really fun puzzle to figure out how to solve. This is a Moyu Wheel of Time, which can turn like a 3x3, but also the wheels turn separately. This is a Moyu Moyan, which is kind of like 5x5 centers, except their location matters. This is a Chi Ivy Cube. This is a really simple puzzle, but also a really fun one to solve. This is a Lanlan Curvycopter, which is quite difficult to solve and does jumble quite a bit as well. This is a Whit Eden and Oscar mix-up cube. It's not currently solved, but I can solve it. It looks like a normal 3x3, but you can also do turns like this. And last, we've got this Moyu Ready Cube, which is a really fun puzzle. I enjoy speed solving this quite a bit. I actually used to hold world's best for this, but people are much faster now. So these are the rest of my non-WCA puzzles. So here's your obligatory pan shot of the 158 cubes in my cube collection as of 2018. Happy New Year, and I hope you have a great 2019 to everybody watching this as it comes out. But yeah, that's about it for this one. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you on my next video. This is an X-Man Tornado. An X-Man Tomato.